Hello BrikFammers, I'm Maestro Dad and this is the BrikFam. Last week I worked 3 days to try to sort out my storage room. This week the weather isn't any better. However, I was able to get some pipe insulation on all the cold water pipes in the room, and I should hope to have 3 days of work this week as well. Let's see how far I get. Welcome to BrikFam. We're glad you're here. I've put in the corner shelf now. I've moved the other things out of the way. I'm looking at this with great promise. I think this is going to be a great idea. It is a little bit narrower, of course, to get in here, but I'm not really concerned because mostly that's packages anyway, and those things will be taken out and processed and all that kind of stuff, so not really that concerned. My rule is if I can't get it through this diagonal part, I won't put it in at all. That'll be my next step, and then most of the stuff will be able to fit. I'll be very happy about that. And today I have a helper in.
What?
Here we are at the end of the day. I put in the corner unit back there with the help of T. I filled it all up. I also have the Primo way up there, which will block any future drips that might occur because it's a big plastic tub. And so I'm going to be reorganizing this a little bit more here, but largely this is now complete. I have this stuff here, which was on the shelf beside me. And I do have a plan to fit in even more high density, but that is up for another montage, and I'll probably start that tomorrow. Okay. I have both succeeded and failed. On the one hand, I was able to pack out that room very, very full. And we'll see that in a moment. But I also failed in that there's a lot of things that ended up not going in there. So, including one of these previous hauls. Over here, we have some used items, including the very last haul that I ever got right there, which I'll be doing as soon as this is all over. There's a Millennium Falcon box, and over there is all the new stuff, which is hard to see, but it's all there. So I'll be unpacking that and putting it in the new section. Unfortunately, there's also quite a stack of used stuff over there that I have yet to fit somewhere. Now here is the finished, the finished storage room, and I've packed it in very full. It's about as much as I can get in here. I do have the dollies that I built, so I have sections that can be pulled out according to the dollies. I do have my new section back here, and there's a dolly down here as well, in place of the freestanding one that was there before. And I do have some new sections, new stuff here still. I do have to figure this out. It's more about fine-tuning at this point. And oh yeah, there's the preschool stuff. I have to find a place for all the preschool stuff. There's a lot more of that than I expected, because it's all back here. You can see the whole stack there, the whole tower, plus all the Duplo and bags back in the corner there till about there. And then you have the Primo stuff. And here's the Quattro. I wanted to demonstrate the movement of the dollies, but before we do that, you had some kind of idea?
Yeah.
What is it?
It would be cool if there was tracks around the whole room, and that the shelves were on the tracks, and then whenever you want like something out of the room, you can turn it around.
So like a big thing from an airport that gives you the luggage?
Yeah.
So one of those things.
That'd be cool.
Baggage, whatever they're called. I haven't flown for a long time, so I don't remember what they're called anymore. Anyway, thanks for that. Let's take a look and see how the dolly works. All right, so this caster's on the bottom. They're both all unlocked now. So why don't you go and roll it around a little bit. Yeah, so back here is the new stuff. I've cleaned out the Quattro. I have, the only thing that's left here is that gunship and everything under it. Everything else here is now new. So this entire section all the way around, oh, except for this corner. I didn't want to take out the used sets out of here. They look pretty good there. And they're easy to get to process them one at a time. But as I was saying, all the new stuff is all the way to the end of this shelf right here. Then it's used things over there all the way across. And then over here I have another dolly, which is just, we can just pull it out when we need to get it back there. And then use stuff back here, as you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then over here, again, more used things. These are all packages in this bank over here. Way back there is all packages. Every one of them is a haul. And then over here we have the preschool corner. So you have Duplo, Quattro, Primo. And way up there, we have more packages and so on. And over here is the Primo, as I said before. And then used stuff over here. I stacked these here so that I didn't need to put a shelf in. That's all one purchase. And over here is the final used stuff. Yeah. And again, I have one dolly left. Now there was a design flaw in the way the dollies were made. And that is they're a lot wider than the shelves. Oh, there we go. You can see that they're a lot wider. So they're not as maneuverable as I would have liked them to be. What I'm probably going to do when I have, you know, more time and so on, and it's definitely functional at this point, but when I do have more time, I will narrow them so they're just slightly bigger than the shelf footprint itself. And that way we won't have that issue with maneuverability. And I do still want to put in another unit here, right beside this unit. So following right here, the skinny one as originally planned. That way I'll be able to fill out all the new stuff and everything will fit in really easy.
Yeah.
For now, I think we're going to stop with the storage room. We've gone as far as we can go. There are bins still, you know, unaccounted for. I did fill up the rest of the dolly here with the tiny one just to get through the door. It kind of acts as a barrier to get in for curious minds. And over here we still have the last haul that I'm going to do. There's the Falcon box down there. There's a couple of bins here that are still unaccounted for as well. The new stuff is still tucked away over there. I'll probably do a video opening all those up and putting them on the shelf. Who knows? And then of course we have still the pile of things over there. So not how much has changed today, but we also didn't have a lot of time to film today because it's the last day before our production.
Yeah.
Has to be edited and everything. Anyway. So thank you, T, for this week's help. Because the studio is going to be a snap.